Scotty, what a difference a year makes. Last year, you came in here looking for your first PGA Tour win. You leave this year with your 5th win, a major champion, regaining world #1, and successfully defending this title. Can you put all of that into perspective, what this one means?
Not really. I'm just proud of how I fought today. I didn't have my best stuff. I grinded it out today. I wasn't hitting it good off the tee. My irons didn't feel as sharp, but I mean, I played a great round of golf today.
You had your really good stuff on 16. No winner has ever bogeyed 16 and then went on to win. Talk about that par save. That
was a big putt. You know, I'm really grateful. That one almost looked like it was going to be short for a while, but that putt was really fast. Just kind of kept on going, kind of like the putt I had here at 18 last year. And it was definitely a lot of fun to see that one go in.
I remember at the Masters last year, you kept telling me, yes, I feel as calm, cool, and collected as I appear, even though you then said afterwards that wasn't the truth. What does it take to deal with all of these fans, the constant adrenaline, the constant excitement, controlling your feelings until the very end?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know how to put into words, but just try and stay calm and embrace the crowd when things are going well. I started to build some momentum early today. Seeing some putts go in, I'm just, really grateful with the result.
World #1, does this one feel as good to you as you thought it would?
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Love Scotty Scheffler. So humble. Scotty Scheffler, rinse and repeat at the Waste Management Open there in Scottsdale, Arizona. The 7th player to successfully defend the WM Phoenix Open title, and he takes home $3.6 million. For more, Joe Musso anchors our coverage from Scottsdale.
Thank you, guys. Welcome to Scottsdale, where it's become a matter of the possessive for the now 2-time defending champion, Scotty Scheffler. Fellas, what a week it was. Kyle's ready to go, but in a moment here, Kyle Porter, it was great to walk this course with all of you and watch these scenes unfold. But in the end, it's Scotty Scheffler with the big check and the big moments. How do you wrap your head around it?
I was going to congratulate you on Scottsdale.
Scottsdale.
Very good.
We've been workshopping some stuff.
The last year for Scotty Scheffler has been extraordinary, Joe. Since 53 weeks ago, he's got 5 wins, 14 top 10s, a green jacket, $29 million earned, and oh yeah, he's world #1 again, which he was world #1 for 30 weeks in 2022. So it's really been, we went into 2022, Rick, saying, man, Scotty Scheffler really needs to win at some point, and now it's kind of all he does. He
doesn't need to win anymore.
Which has been super impressive, and to go back-to-back here, last year was really it was great because it was his first win. It's a good field. This year, I think it's even more impressive.
The 12 months that you described are unbelievably impressive. What I will note is that they are unbelievably consistent.
Yep.
If I just took his stat profile from every single event and scrambled them up, you could not pick out what were the wins, what were the runner-up, what were the third place finishes. You couldn't pick them out because he basically does the same thing each and every week. He is a phenomenal tee to green player, and he doesn't need to really find a hot putter to actually hoist a trophy. So, Mark, he's building this foundation where he's had this unbelievable 12 months, but there's really no reason to think it's stopping anytime soon.
No, and with the sun setting out to our west and we're casting some long shadows, he's becoming the kind of guy who is casting a pretty long shadow. But he does that as the most unassuming, humble guy you can imagine. I mean, has there ever been a more under-the-radar #1 golfer in the world? And to the statistical thing, he hits the ball squarely. He hits the ball accurately. He was impeccable with his iron game this week. But the thing about Scotty Scheffler that he always does is that when there's a shot to be made, he finds a way to get it done. And all of the great champions, there's no statistic for that. They just have that something inside where they can dig deep. They almost will it into existence. And we saw that today, and we've seen that in all of the big victories he's had.
I think the only more under the radar, more unassuming #1 in the world player, Tom Lehman, who was #1 for 1 week.
Well, this was the moment. Yeah. He's got to flex the muscles every once in a while. This was the week that started it all a year ago for Scotty, at least in terms of winning tournaments. He comes and he defends. Maybe this is a jumping off point for Nick Taylor. He does not come out here and win, but he comes out here, cashes a big check, lets everybody around here know his name because he was in this late, KP. What'd you make of Nick Taylor's week and the way that he really comported himself against the best in the world?
Yeah, I thought he was awesome on Sunday. He shot 65. I think, a lot of times, Joe, we see guys that are in that position where he's came to the week 223rd in the world. He's not one of the elite players on the PGA Tour. He's not even really a great player on the PGA Tour. And we see guys like that who get themselves into position on Sunday, and then they'll go out, Rick, and shoot 70 or 71, or they might shoot 75. Very rarely do they stare down Jon Rahm and Scotty Scheffler and shoot 65, even though he didn't win, and it never really felt like he was going to. I was still super impressed by just the way he kind of carried himself and kind of just went at those guys all day on Sunday.
We walked the vast majority of the back nine with that final group, and I just kept waiting for that moment. For Nick Taylor's something's gonna go sideways.
The moment's gonna get too big at some point.
Exactly right. It's gonna get too big for him. Something's gonna go sideways. He's gonna make a big number, and he's gonna fade into obscurity. We see it week in and week out on the PGA Tour. The other thing we see week in and week out on the PGA Tour is how hard it is to win on this tour. We mentioned it over here. You go to sleep 2 shots off the lead at the WM Phoenix Open. You shoot a 65. You didn't make up any ground. You beat everybody in this field by 3 full shots, Mark, except for Scotty Scheffler. This is tough.
Yeah, it's sick. It's terrible. But I will say this. Jon Rahm, former world's #1 amateur. I believe Scotty Scheffler might have been the same thing. So was Nick Taylor. And he was the world's #1 amateur for a while. And he's good. He just plays on the PGA Tour, to your point, and there's a lot of good golfers out here. But the thing about Taylor that this week I think brings, and it's a guy who has been playing into form over the last few weeks, is that he's going to draw a lot of confidence from this experience. Not just contending, but doing so in the final group alongside Scotty, alongside Jon Rahm. And confidence is that fickle thing that everyone is searching for, and you feel like you grab it and it's so fleeting that it goes away. But this experience, the fact that he would contend and not go away, he had every shot coming down the stretch, he proved to himself he could. This, I feel like, is going to get his wheels kind of gaining some traction, and maybe it might propel him into a pretty nice season.
If you would have told Nick Taylor he was going to beat Rory McIlroy by 13 strokes coming into the week, and
sign up for that,
and still get the Heisman from somebody at the top, he would. I don't know what he would have said, but he definitely would have signed up for it, because he won $2.2 million, which was, so his 3 best seasons ever, Joe. 1.8, 1.2, 1.0. Those are entire seasons. He won 2.2 today.
Yeah, life-changing moments and really self-affirming moments when you're talking about contending and competing against the best players in the world. Speaking of the best players in the world, the odds makers and maybe us on this desk thought that it was a 2-horse race. One of those horses faded a little bit, and faded late. Jon Rahm, he set his floor so high over these last few weeks on tour. I want to read you the starts. T4, T8, win, T7, and solo 3 here. Didn't feel like he had his best stuff at any point, Rick, this week. How do you really summarize Rahm's week? It was another successful one, but it's not a win, and that really is the expectation at this point.
Yeah, with all due respect, he didn't play very well this week.
Yeah.
And
I think it's true, but it's crazy. It sounds crazy.
It's absolutely crazy. And I'm sure he would tell you the same thing. I mean, especially coming down the stretch, there were a lot of shots that he probably thought he missed. There were a lot of opportunities he probably thought he gave away. He rinsed one on 15, which was kind of his last opportunity to really throw his name into the hat. But that's the big compliment, is that even when Jon Rahm has his B- game, it is good enough to contend with literally every person on the planet.
Yeah, it is. Truly. And Jon Rahm measures himself by wins, and more than that, major championship wins and such. So I feel like this is just setting him up for more of the same, because Riviera, it's one of the great golf courses in all of the world. It asks you to hit every shot. When you have the king, Arnold Palmer, say that's arguably the greatest golf course in the United States, then you know. And that's why the stars show out, and that's why it's democratic. You've got to show up there with game, because I don't care what your name is. If you show up there and you're not hitting the ball as you should, it's going to trip you up. So I look forward to weeks like that where you got to bring your best stuff.
Yeah, my king, Jordan Spieth, also says that...
I'm saying the king.
That it's a top 3 golf course for him to play. So obviously beloved by PGA Tour pros and by, I think everybody. It's a very different, or it's going to be a very different atmosphere than Phoenix was. Phoenix was great. I loved it. It was, I thought it was a great combination, Joe, of not taking itself too seriously, but also putting on a tremendous event with the best players in the world. Riv is a different feel. but there's even more of the best players in the world, and we get Tiger. We're getting into the heart of the golf season, and that's a ton of fun.
The best players in the world and the most recognizable in one place, Rick. How do you wrap your head around it?
Yeah, it's gonna be kind of difficult because there's literally only one similarity from this week to next week. It's that the purse is going to be massive. It's going to be elevated. It's going to be a great field. Everything else is going to be different. Riviera is as pure of a golf course that you can get, and Tiger Woods. I don't even know. I don't even know where to start, right? Are we expecting competition? Are we expecting contention? Are we expecting
celebration?
Just much lower, right? Celebration, right? It's just going to be, I don't care what it is. The fact that he is not there to just hand the trophy to the winner, but he is also going to compete in this event is just the best way to roll into this major championship.
I expect Mark to carry him down the hill on one.
To your point, I'd like you to tell me what the odds would have been on Woods playing this week, and when the news was released, every player to a man were like, really?
Excuse me?
I was a little surprised.
The Tiger Woods that I've seen lately, well, not so much. So it's fantastic. It's going to be awesome for the event. It's going to be awesome for the tour. And who knows? He's Tiger. He'll find a way. But that's the golf course itself to walk is not that hard. But up and down the first and the 18th holes are grueling. So I'm keen to see how he does it.
I like to think he just on a whim tweeted out that he was going to play next week, and we'll start making plans later.
On Monday, he's going to be like, I actually have to get out there.
Yeah. There will be plenty of talk in the days to come, but that is all for the talk here in Phoenix. It has been a fantastic week. Can't thank you fellas enough. Great work by the whole team. For Mark, for Rick, for Kyle, I am Joe. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
Men, well done. And for more awesome golf content, join Rick Gehman and his crew on the First Cut podcast. You'll get tournament previews, including DFS picks and analysis. You'll also get round-by-round reaction to each PGA Tour event. The First Cut podcast, download and follow today.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.